Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and happy Friday. If you know me, you know that I don't upload on Fridays. I upload Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And this was just a normal casual Friday for me. And then I was going through my PR packages that arrived today, and the unthinkable happened, you guys. You already know by the title probably, but look what I got in the mail. I got a PR box from R.E.M Beauty, which is Ariana Grande's brand new makeup line. It actually dropped today, if you're watching this video today. I already spent an arm and a leg on all the products myself because I was going to review it for you guys anyway. Was not expecting this at all, but it came in the mail. I freaked out. I literally couldn't even contain myself. I ripped open the box immediately. And then I was like, oh, do I film or do I not? Clearly, I decided to film. Let me show you this. There she is in all her glory. And then inside are these products right here. Now, if you didn't know, she launched with a lot of products. I don't have every single product in this package. Part of me is wishing that there was like one of every product. I don't need every shade in every product, but just like one of everything just to like give you guys a little bit more. So I debated like maybe I should wait to try everything until my personal order comes in where I can try some of the liquid eyeshadows. But then I was like, I don't know. I just want to kind of dabble in it. I want to get a feel for these products. So that's what we're doing today, you guys. I hope you don't mind a little bit of a late night upload. I will still be posting tomorrow. I already have a video scheduled, so here we go. So R.E.M Beauty, you guys. Here's the little card on the front. This brand has a very like ethereal, galactic space, you know, energy and vibe behind it, which I think is really fun. It's almost got like this vintage feel behind it as well. Something you guys should know about me, I am a massive Ariana Grande fan. There's not another vocalist in this world that has shaped me and my life the way that she has. With that being said though, I review makeup for a living, so I've tried everything under the sun. We're gonna put these formulas to the test as best as possible today. I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions, and I won't hold back on the formula, you know, like I do have high hopes for this, but there's only one way to find out. So it says, where your beauty dreams become reality. That is so cute. Okay, when I saw pictures of this on Trend Mood, I was so curious to know like how weighted the packaging was. Let's start off with this, you guys. Hopefully you can see this. I'm gonna hold it back so my lights don't wash this out too much. So right here you have the logo. It's got this raised texture to it. I actually really like the packaging. I think it looks like something super scientific. It says like product description palette, and it has the palette title right here. So this is the Chapter 1 launch, and there are a lot of products that launched, but this is one of the things that I was the most interested to try. Here's what it looks like on the inside. I actually really like the shape of this. I think it's super unique and different, and it's a lot heavier than the pictures look like. I don't know if you guys were the same when you saw pictures. If you did see pictures, I was expecting it to be like a really lightweight plastic. I'm trying to think of something else that maybe would remind me of it. I don't know. I had something in my mind. It's actually a lot sturdier than it looks, at least in pictures, and it has a nice magnetic closure. This palette comes in 3 different shades. This one right here is called Babydoll. I actually bought this one, so I'm really excited to be able to try this one today. This retails for $24. It has 6 shades in it. Again, this is Babydoll. I also actually placed another order after my first order and picked up Midnight Snack because I really want to try out that matte shade. And then there's a 3rd shade called Principessa, which is this one right here, which is a little bit more deep neutrals. So very wearable tones. We're gonna go ahead and just get started. I just want to dive into this. I want to try this out. I'm gonna use my NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. This is what I use every single time I do eyeshadow. It's just really reliable for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap this on the eyes, and we'll get going on trying out some of these products. I'm just gonna press that into the eyelid with my fingertips. When it comes to celebrity makeup lines, I feel like there's always mixed feelings every time a new brand launches, which I understand, you know, like I feel like the beauty industry has always been saturated, but especially nowadays, it seems like everyone and their dog is launching something. So I understand where sometimes, you know, there can be a little bit more skepticism around everything. I get that way sometimes too, but at the end of the day, I'm just here to try makeup. Like I really just want to know what's good out there, what's worth your money. And the fun thing about makeup too is you are ultimately in control. Like if something doesn't intrigue you or inspire you, you don't need to spend any money on it, you know? So just keep that in mind. And I'm somebody who is really actually interested in this brand, so I spent my own money on it earlier, and I will try those products in the future. Let's go ahead and dip into this palette. I'm gonna start out with this middle shade right here. I don't know if these have names individually. It doesn't look like they do really. And I'm gonna start out with this color and just start to apply this in the crease as my transition shade. I'm gonna kind of blend it up into the brows a little bit and then drag it out toward the end of the brow. Guys, I was wearing a baseball cap like literally 5 minutes ago, and then I did my base makeup and there's still a line across my forehead. That's how on a whim this video is. But I figured it would be worth it because I can't be the only one who's just like curious about this brand and about all the products. So here I am, coming to you live with my forehead creases. Here's what I'm noticing so far. This matte formula kind of has a little bit more of like a buildable type of feel to it. I should probably touch this. But sometimes touching the formula and like swatching the formula doesn't mean much. Like for me, I need to really apply it to see how it wears. It feels buttery, but it's not the most buttery formula as far as the mattes go, but it feels really nice and it's obviously blending out really nicely, which that's the most important. Okay, so we got that down. We're gonna go ahead and dip into, let's see. Let's do the second to last shade, which is like a really nice warm terracotta. I'm gonna tap off the excess and I'm gonna start to build this up on the outer edge. That blended really nicely as well. So far it feels like a very user-friendly type palette. I actually prefer palettes like this where it's a little more buildable because that way you don't mess it up, you don't overdo it. And there's a difference between like being not pigmented and being a buildable formula. I still feel like this is pigmented, but it's buildable. So the more you layer, the more intense it is. Instead of some shadows having like major intensity right off the bat, which is fun for some occasions, but if you're trying to create a blended, really diffused eyeshadow look, then that formula can sometimes be more difficult. I'm gonna go back to the first brush and just blend out the edges. I always like to do this kind of in between eyeshadow steps. Okay, let's take that same shade while we're here. This one. Actually, I really like the size of this palette too. It's easy to hold in one hand. There's actually a really nice sized mirror in this as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and diffuse some of this color along the entire lower lash line. All right, let's add a little bit of shimmer. There are two shimmer shades in this palette. We've got this one, which is like a little bit of a lighter champagne, and this one, which is like a bronze. I'm trying to think. I think I'll try to use both. I'm gonna use my fingertips. I always apply shimmer with my fingertips. Ooh, that feels really nice. There it is swatched. Let's go ahead and pop this onto the center of the lid. That's actually a really nice color. It's kind of got like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like, I don't wanna say dirty bronze, but do you know what I mean? Like a little bit more muted, a little bit rusty. Those are probably terrible words to describe a color, but I'm doing my best. Do you see what I mean though? I really like that color. We're gonna move into the more champagne color. I'm gonna just kind of wipe my finger off a little bit and then dip into this. So this one's slightly lighter. And we're gonna pop this on in the inner portion. This kind of has like a very slight, more pink undertone. I would say that these are a true satin type formula, or finish, I should say. It's not a major metallic, it's more satin. So you do get a little bit of a sheen, but there's not glitter in it, so you're not gonna get a crazy reflect. So it's super wearable that way. But also maybe something to keep in mind if you are somebody who likes a little bit more of a punchy metallic when it comes to shimmer shades. This is definitely more on the satin side. I'm getting a little bit of fallout. I normally do my eyes first, but you know, since this was so last minute, I was like, I really want to just try everything out and I'll deal with a little bit of cleanup underneath the eyes. I'm going to take that same rusty color and I'm going to dip a smaller brush into this. And I'm going to spray it with some setting spray. This one's just my MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to press that in the back of my hand, and then I'm going to apply it right here on that lower lash line. That definitely intensified the color, which I really like. So that could be something to try. If you did end up picking up this palette and you want a little bit more punch, using a damp brush works with any eyeshadow formula to just intensify any shimmer. I'm taking the lighter of the two shimmer shades, or satin shades I should say, metallic, whatever, this one. and I'm applying that on like the inner portion. I do feel like I want a little bit more of something lighter underneath. So I'm gonna dip into the lightest shade and the third shade in the palette. Just gonna mix the two of those on a fluffy brush, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna kind of run that along the lower lash line just to kind of diffuse that a little more. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and just dip into the lightest shade in the palette. Tap off the excess, and I'm gonna use this to kind of diffuse the shadow up into the brow a little bit. I realized I didn't try this one by itself yet, so I kind of want to soften and brighten using this underneath the brow. You know what? I'm gonna dip into the deepest shade in the pan, which is the last one. I want to just try every shade while we're here. Might as well. And I'm gonna kind of add a teeny bit more depth, just like in this outer V here. And I'm gonna switch brushes. Take a little bit of that deep shade on this very outer corner, super close to those lashes. And I'm going to connect it to the edge. Okay, so that's the eye look as far as the eyeshadow goes. I really like how it turned out. It's definitely a color story that I own in other palettes, but I really do love the packaging, and I do feel like for travel or for something really convenient, it had just the right amount of matte shades, just the right amount of shimmers, because realistically, I used 2 shimmers maximum in one eye look. So I really did like how they divvied up a little bit more mattes versus shimmers in this specific palette. I will say the color story is, again, something that I've worn before, but I do really like how it looks, and I'm excited to try the other, like, more blue and purple color story whenever that comes in the mail. So there we go. Let's move on to, I guess we should do liquid liner. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little terrified of this because if you guys don't know, I'm not a humongous eyeliner person in general, let alone liquid liner, but we're gonna give it a go. So I should show you the packaging. Here it is. This is the At the Borderline eyeliner marker, and it is in the shade Midnight Black. Here's what this looks like. It's got the logo in silver on the side. It's got a little black tip, which is cool. You know, if they ever expand the shade range, I love when products have a distinct color marker. If you own a lot of eyeliners or, well, lip liners or things like that, in my case, it's nice to have something like that. Here's what it looks like. So it's just a traditional felt tip liner. It looks very sharp. Should I swatch it? Oh! There it is. Again, you guys, I'm not the most familiar with eyeliners, so I'm hoping I can even do this. Let's try it out though. I can't review this brand and not do like a traditional Ariana Grande cat eye. Doesn't mean I'll be able to execute it well, but I'm gonna try. I'm nervous. I'm gonna start in the inner portion, kind of work my way outward. I am not able to really talk while I'm doing this. Did I do it? Okay, there's one. I really like how sharp the end of this is. And again, I'm no liquid liner expert, but I like how controlled the amount of product is. Like, it doesn't feel like there's tons and tons of ink spilling out of this. Like, you're able to really kind of fill in the gaps, which for me, as someone who is not that good at eyeliner, I feel like that was easier than a lot that I've tried. Here's the eye that might give me some troubles. I'm gonna have to do this silently, you guys. I can't talk and do this at the same time, so hold please. I'm not sure if I could get any closer to a mirror. Okay, I think I survived. That actually, considering again that I am not someone who's familiar with eyeliners, or like liquid liners, liner pens like this. It's not my forte. If I can do this, I mean, I feel like that really says something. It feels like it's really drying down. It's kind of an interesting formula. Like, I can really feel it on my eyelids. It does have a little bit more of a shine to it than some of the other like more matte liquid liners I've tried in the past. Not that there's that many, but it does have a little bit more of a sheen to it. I don't know if you can really see that on camera, but just pointing that out because I feel like that's something that people pay attention to is the finish. I forgot to mention this eyeliner marker is $19 and it comes in just one shade right now, which is the Midnight Black shade. I should also mention that there is a kohl eyeliner pencil in 3 shades that I didn't get sent here. There's a white, there's a rich brown, and there's a black shade as well in the pencil. So I actually didn't buy any of these because, again, I'm not a huge eyeliner person, so I just kind of bought what spoke to me the most. But yeah, we're gonna move on to mascara. I got sent the Volumizing Mascara, and they actually launched with 2 different mascaras, which I didn't realize was going on. So we have the Lengthening Mascara, which I did buy, but I'll have to wait till my order gets here to try that out. And then we also have the Volumizing Mascara, which is what I have. This retails for $15, and this is supposed to be a volumizing and nourishing formula. It's supposed to have no fallout and some like nourishing ingredients in here. So we'll try this out. I mean, if you guys are familiar with my videos, I am very picky with mascaras. I'm picky with a lot of my products, but mascara specifically, it takes a lot for me to love a mascara because I do have very long natural lashes. So the thing is, when I apply a lot of mascaras, they usually look decent on my lashes naturally. But the problem is, for me, because they are so long, they can smudge or flake almost always. So it takes me a while to really like learn a formula and see if it would work for me. Here's the packaging of the Volumizing Mascara. Again, we have the raised letters on the side. I actually really like the unicorn, or the box on the outside. I think it's so cute. This packaging really gets me. I love the shape of this, you guys. I think it's so cute. Like, I don't know, I really, really like it. It just has a really simple logo on the side. And again, feels a little more weighted than what I had pictured in my mind. This brush shape is also very intriguing. It stood out to me when I saw it on Instagram. It's got kind of like this little hourglass, or like double hourglass shape to it. So yeah, we're gonna try this out, obviously. Let's go ahead and try it out on one eye. I'm just gonna kind of blink into this. The thing about mascara too is a lot of times the formula gets better after it's been opened for like a week. Does anyone else experience that? So that's why I feel like I might not be able to give you my full-blown first impressions on this, but I'm liking the grip that it has. I'm liking how it's applying. Wow, I actually really like the brush shape. Okay, so there's one eye. That actually applied really nicely. Again, I feel like application isn't always everything though, so it's gonna take me a while to like get a full feel for this, but I actually really like the brush. I kind of thought that the applicator was a little bit more for looks than for like application, if that makes sense. But I actually feel like it's doing a good job at gripping my lashes, so I'm into it so far. I did get quite a bit of mascara marks on the eyelids, so I'm just gonna wait for that to dry down and then I'll brush it away. We are gonna move to, I think maybe highlight next. And then I do have some false lashes to try. I'm not someone who wears false lashes all the time, but I have to give these a try. So I think while I let the mascara dry though, let's try out the Interstellar Highlighter Topper. And I was sent the shade Miss Mercury, which is actually the exact shade that I ended up picking up myself. Really cute. I love this like little swirly design on the top. And here is that packaging. So this one's a little bit more just rounded. There's not that like flat part on the top at all. And this one does have a little bit more of like a lightweight feel in the top. But here is the inside. Hopefully it's focusing. I really like that design. I think it's really pretty in the inside. Let me show you. This had actually a lot of shades. So these highlighters retail for $22. Look at all the different colors. There's like a green. There's also this lavender, which is sold out. I wanted to try this one, but it was sold out by the time I got around to it. There's like a gold. There's lots of different pinks and bronzes. So there's a really, really nice range in this highlight. Let's go ahead and try this out. I'm gonna pick this up on a little brush. I'm hoping this isn't too deep for me. It is like the lightest shade, I think. Let's go ahead and start to apply this. Oh, wow. Oh my. Oh, she wasn't messing around with the highlight. Oh, wow, that is really pretty. A little bit goes a very long way. This is like a super metallic highlighter. Like I'm hardly using any. Ooh. I'm gonna take my sponge and just press that into the skin. Wow, if you're somebody who likes a beaming highlighter, this is really nice. Oh my gosh, it's so buttery. Wow. Here's what it looks like. Wow, and I really like how it's not glittery. I would just say, you know, a little goes a long way. You don't need much at all to get a major impact with this. That might be my favorite thing so far. but it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Like, you need to know that it's gonna be a beaming highlight. Wow, but it's super pretty. Okay, I feel like I'm missing blush, so I'm just gonna pop a little bit of blush on. I'm just gonna use this one from Kylie Cosmetics. This is Pink Power. I'm gonna smile and apply that to the apples of the cheeks. I actually really love to do highlight before blush because I feel like it kind of helps me mesh the blush into the highlight. I'm gonna wipe off any foundation that got on the lips. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit sad that one of the On Your Collar matte lipsticks wasn't a part of the PR package because this is what I was the most excited about. So I did end up picking a couple shades up myself. So I will be trying them, but I didn't receive any in this package, so I won't be able to give you my opinion on this. I'm obsessed with the packaging. I really am excited to try those. Let's pop on lashes before I forget. So she launched 2 different pairs of lashes. This is the more natural of the 2. This is called the R.E.M. Dream Lashes in the style Eternally Meowing, which was so cute. I just think that's the funniest name. Again, I'm not someone who always wears false lashes, and when I do, I feel like it's individual lashes more than strip lashes, but it's very fitting, I feel like, for Ariana. She's someone who always like sports the cat eye with the full lash, so I do really like the shape just by looking at it. Let's go ahead and try these. I'm just gonna put on a little bit of glue. I'm just gonna use my Duo Lash Glue. While I wait for that to get a little bit tacky, these Dream Lashes retail for $16. And here is the other pair. Those are a little bit more spiky. These ones are a little bit more like cat eye, which I'm excited about. All right, let's pop these on. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, here's the thing about me and strip lashes. I normally don't wear them because they're usually just too overpowering for my eyes. These are like dramatic but fluffy. Oh my. Hold on, that's a pleasant surprise for me. I was not expecting to like these. Oh, let's let the glue dry and let's apply the other lash, obviously. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. It also feels very lightweight, which I like. Okay, so they are both now applied. I'm just waiting for that glue to dry. And I might have to go back over the lash line with that eyeliner just to cover up any of those little dots. But as someone who doesn't wear lashes, I feel like those are way more wearable than I thought. They're still like kind of bold for me, but I really like the shape of them, and I feel like they're overall pretty flattering. I don't know, you tell me. What do you guys think? All right, so last but not least, what was sent in this package was the Utmost Importance Plumping Lip Gloss. Now this is just a clear gloss, so let's give this a whirl. This is the only shade in this specific formula. However, there is another gloss that I bought a couple of shades of, so again, stay tuned for that. Whenever I get that, I will definitely review them for you. So here's the other one. This is the On Your Collar Plumping Lip Gloss. It comes in 9 shades, and these retail for $17 each. I forgot to mention the Lustrous Liquid Eyeshadows, which are $16 each. Look at all these beautiful colors. I did buy a couple of those shades. And I also picked up some of the matte liquid eyeshadows, which comes in a lot of neutral tones, so I picked up a couple of those as well. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I was most excited about the liquid eyeshadows and the astronaut lipsticks, so I'm still just dying to try those products from the brand. Oh, it looks like it's out of stock already. So this is the Utmost Importance gloss. It doesn't have the price on it anymore now that it's sold out. There are also lip stain markers, which I did buy 1 shade of. There's 4 shades in this. These are 16. Let me look at my order. Okay, this was $17. I did end up buying it, so let's try this out. I love a good clear gloss. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this all over. Ooh, that actually feels so nice. It has like a vanilla-y scent to it. I love that sheen that it gives. Now let's see how plumping this is. Oh my. It's getting there. I feel like sometimes plumping glosses we have to wait a minute to really see the full effect. So while we do that, let's assess the situation. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more bronzer. Today I'm using the Makeup by Mario bronzer. And I feel like I want a little bit more on the cheeks, like as blush. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my Dior blush. Just gonna pop that on the apples of the cheeks, just for a little something more. Okay, that feels really nice actually. It's definitely plumping, but it's not painful. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the super painful type of plumping glosses, but I do love a good plumping gloss. This one is nice. It's like, you definitely feel it, but it's not distracting you from everything around you. Do you know what I mean? There are some plumping glosses that literally my brain shuts down and I can't think of anything except for that my lips are on fire. This is more of like a in the background, like, oh, my lips are feeling really nice and like tingly and a little bit warm, but it's not overkill, which I really like. Plus the finish of that is really nice. I'm gonna kind of dab this down a little bit because I want to wear a lip liner. I'm gonna use my Pat McGrath Permagel in Starstruck. Actually, no, I'm not. I didn't love that. There we go, that's a little better. This is Makeup Forever Anywhere Caffeine. I decided I needed something a little more muted to go with the eye look. After I've lined and filled in the lips with the liner, I'm gonna go in with that same plumping gloss and apply this all over. Wow, I really like the formula. It actually has a pretty balm-like feeling. It's not too sticky, which is nice. Okay, I'm being so picky, you guys. I didn't love how that looked, so I'm just gonna line the very outer edges with Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. And I'm gonna put the plumping gloss just in the center. I just wanted something a little bit more light. There we go. I feel like that just goes better with everything. Wow, that gloss is definitely plumping. It's not like a peppermint plump. It's more of like a cinnamon plump. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's more of like a warm plumping feel than a cooling plumping feel. Peppermint versus cinnamon. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm trying to describe to you as best as I can how this is feeling. Super comfortable on the lips though. Let's finish things up and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts based off of my first impressions. Just running my powder through the T-zone a little bit. Gonna do a little setting spray. I'm gonna use my favorite, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. I'm gonna run my brow gel through the brows. All right, you guys, so there you have it. Here's my final look using all the products that I was sent in PR. So I definitely feel like I have a pretty solid opinion on everything, believe it or not. Even though I haven't done a wear test, there's things that I'm gonna need more time on. I'm thinking of the mascara mostly, so hang tight on that. Like, I'm gonna have to really give it not just 24 hours, but like a few days. Like, that's how long it takes me to really feel out mascaras. Let's talk about everything. The eyeshadow palette, 10 out of 10 for the packaging, honestly. I personally really love it. I think it's so cute and it's just very like retro. I don't know, I really enjoyed all the packaging. I think it's so pretty on the inside. This for me specifically wasn't like something that made me giddy as far as the color story, which that's what makes me excited to try the second palette that I picked up because this is something that I already own. But if you're somebody who doesn't wear eyeshadow that often and you would like to, it's a great beginner's eyeshadow palette in my opinion. If you are somebody who's super familiar with the beauty industry and you love all sorts of eyeshadow palettes, I don't know if this is going to be a need for you. For me, the color story anyway, I already own these colors. With that being said, the mattes blended out beautifully. I love the size of this. I love the mirror. I love how there's more mattes than shimmers. So those are the things I really enjoy, but for me, I own so many eyeshadow palettes, so the color story alone didn't add to my collection, but it sure is cute. The packaging is really, really darling on that. Moving on to the eyeliner. Again, I don't feel like I'm somebody who can really recommend eyeliners, especially liquid eyeliners. However, I do feel like I was able to create a pretty decent wing liner, and that's a big deal for me. So for me, it was like pretty easy to work with. There wasn't a lot of product that came out, but for me that was helpful because I could like kind of trace and sketch instead of it all pouring out and then getting larger and larger as I try to create my wing. That's happened before. So pretty easy to work with in my opinion. It does kind of have like a tacky feel around the eyes, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Just because I don't wear liquid liner that often, for me, it's something I could live without, but if you're somebody who needs something like this every day, I mean, I like it so far. We'll have to see if I ever reach for it again. I just don't wear eyeliners that much. Let's go to the mascara. Again, 10 out of 10 for the packaging. This is something that looks so cute. It's actually like, even though it's a sleek shape, it sets itself apart from all my other mascaras as far as the packaging goes. I also really enjoyed the applicator. Again, this is going to be something that I'm going to have to play around with, but based off of application, I really did enjoy how this applied and I'm excited to keep using it. So I'm going to set it here on my desk so I can continue to try it for you guys, and I'll get back to you on how I feel about the formula, if it smudges or flakes. Let's talk about something that surprised me the most, and that is the lashes. They're not in here anymore because I'm wearing them. Guys, I was expecting to be like meh about the lashes because I just don't wear lashes, but I actually love how these look. I love how they feel. I think they flatter my eye shape more than so many eyelashes that I've ever tried. So I'm like definitely gonna wear these again, which as a non-lash wearer, it really says something. So super pumped about this lash shape. I think it's so classic and very flattering, super lightweight. I'm really in love. Oh my gosh, I just realized I need an inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna dip into this highlight and just pop that in the inner corner. Wow, it's the highlight for me, you guys. Like, this is so beautiful. And I'm somebody who does like a more natural highlight on an everyday basis, but I'm loving how buttery smooth this is, how it really just has started to mesh into my skin, and it doesn't feel too chunky or glittery, but it is very metallic. So again, a little goes a long way, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by this as well. The lashes and the highlighter, like those are the two things that really came to the top of the list for me, and I wasn't really expecting it. I don't know, but I'm so in love with how that made my complexion look. It just looks so healthy, even up close. Like it's really nice. I'm into it. I really like that. So let's see, last but not least, we've got the Plumping Gloss. It actually feels really comfortable on the lips. It's not sticky at all, but it gives you a gorgeous sheen. So I'm really excited to keep using that as well. So even though this wasn't like the full range, maybe it's better that way, that I'm able to try it out in sections so I can really give you guys my full opinion on things. And that wasn't too overwhelming for me. So from me to you, based off of my first impressions, what I would personally recommend would be the highlight. That's the thing that I'm like, oh, like it's so good. It's so yummy. The lashes. Have I ever recommended a strip lash to you guys? I don't know. Maybe like 2 times on my channel, so that really says something. Highlight, lashes, and the gloss. Those are the 3 things that I'm like, you know what? This could really become a part of my everyday routine. I'm super excited about all that. Everything else I really enjoyed. I thought it was pretty. I was able to create a nice look with these shadows, but again, like I've got to really be honest with myself with the makeup collection that I have, and for me, I liked the highlight and the lashes and the gloss better than the eyeliner and the eyeshadow. All right, so that completes this video, you guys. Thank you if you're still watching this. I know this was a surprise late night upload, but I figured I would get it up anyways, and I'm actually really glad that I was able to try it because I'm excited about a lot of these products, and my opinions were definitely not what I expected. I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised by a lot of these things. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. Since I'm filming this in the evening, I won't be able to do a wear test on the mascara, but again, it would take me a lot longer than a few hours to get a full opinion on this. So far, I like it's headed in the right direction for me. I will definitely make sure to keep you guys updated on my channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. I post 3 videos every single week. So if you want to hear updates on this brand and so many other brands that I review, make sure you subscribe. I would love to hear in the comments if you guys ended up picking up anything from R.E.M Beauty. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. I personally really enjoyed a lot about this. It feels very true to Ariana in my opinion. I love Ariana Grande. I think she has a very iconic beauty look. So I'm excited to see where this brand ends up going. I'm honestly floored that I even have this in my hands right now, so I'm really grateful that this was sent to me. But again, my opinions are always my own and always very honest, so I hope you guys found this to be helpful. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting that subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber, don't forget to click on the bell after you subscribe. That'll just make sure you'll get notifications so that you don't miss any of my videos. I hope you guys know how much I appreciate you, and I will see you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's upload. So I hope you enjoyed this bonus video. There will be a lot more R.E.M beauty on my channel once I get my order in, so we'll be able to do a little part 2 hopefully soon. I'm dying to try those liquid shadows and the little astronaut lipsticks. I hope you guys have a great night wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!